What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at why the Dutch wait less at traffic lights. I wonder why. I got a clear explanation for this one, and this is what I'm thinking. It's the bicycles, because most people ride bicycles in the Netherlands, so less cars, less cars, less traffic. That's what I'm thinking. But let's see the whole video and see if there's anything else. And yeah, guys, stick around till the end. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. It truly helps out. Subscribe to the channel. And let's get right onto it. See what we got.
When I'm traveling somewhere, I hate traffic lights. And I go out of my way to find routes that avoid them.
Exactly.
But for some reason, I still find them interesting. I even own a real traffic light at home.
Oh, wow.
When studying engineering in Canada, I had an exam question to design a state machine for a traffic light controller. It had to go green, then yellow, then red, and then repeat in the other direction.
Okay.
Easy enough. I would not want to take that exam question in the Netherlands because traffic lights are way more complicated here.
Really?
There are several times where I've sat around watching traffic lights in the Netherlands with absolute fascination. Does anyone else do that, or is it just us engineers?
Oh, okay.
Traffic lights in the Netherlands
probably
have
just
so many
engineers.
interesting combinations, and they change depending on what traffic is detected and from where. Most cities in the world have detection circuits at low traffic intersections to detect if there's a stopped car at a red light. But traffic-dependent detectors, which detect approaching traffic and change the signals based on real-time traffic levels, are used at the majority of intersections in Amsterdam.
Wow.
And these kind of
I had
signals
no
are
idea
much
it
more
worked
common
like
in the
that,
Netherlands
though.
in general than in other countries. The
Interesting.
North American traffic engineering profession was created to manage cars, and it shows. The movement of cars is the absolute highest priority over everything else. In the Netherlands, there are two priorities at traffic lights. First is to minimize conflict, to reduce the number of times any road user will cross the path of any other, for safety. The second is to optimize the movement of as many people as possible, not just as many cars as possible. And that makes the road function much more efficiently.
Wow.
Here's an example from a new intersection I cross every day. As you can see, there's a countdown timer for the bicycle light, which is nice.
Wow.
But there are loops in the
I've
ground
actually
to detect
seen those
bicycles not
before.
just at the light,
That's
but
pretty
also
interesting.
several meters before the light. And the same is done for car traffic.
Wow.
If the controller detects that a cyclist is approaching and the intersection could be clear, then it will make the light red for cars and speed up the countdown timer to let cyclists get through without stopping.
Wow.
It's
That is
always
amazing.
so satisfying to watch the timer count down in only a few seconds, just because it detected my bike.
Wow, that is amazing,
In North
literally.
America, when it's green for everyone in that direction. But in the Netherlands, many signals work independently, so when there's a chance for one direction to go without interfering with another, then they're given that opportunity. In this
Okay.
example, the bicycle light is green in both directions, here
Yeah.
and here, because there are no cars detected going straight through, allowing
Okay.
this girl on the bike to turn left without stopping.
I see how it works
Yet
now.
this time, the far signal is not green, so these cyclists need to stop
They have
to
to
allow
wait.
these cars to go through. On larger intersections, pedestrians may be given a green light to cross partway instead of having to wait until the whole intersection is clear to start walking.
All
If a
right.
tram arrives, it will be given priority, and that section of the pedestrian crossing will be red. In North America, almost all crossings are single phase, which prevents the intersection from responding to real-time traffic levels. That simplicity is not only inefficient, but if you're walking or cycling, it can also be really scary, because you have a long distance to travel and cars can cross your path in multiple places.
Yeah. That
It's
is
for this
true.
reason that Dutch traffic signals can let pedestrians and cyclists have their own signal while cars are given a red light. Notice here that cyclists are given a green light to make a left turn while all car traffic is stopped, making this an extremely safe crossing. Pedestrians are also allowed to cross here, in the bottom left, because they do not cross paths with those left-turning cyclists. This is an interesting circumstance where cyclists are given a green in two directions at once. This results in the cyclists on the left needing to wait briefly here, but it allows the cyclist to get through in one light cycle. I didn't see this happen in any other light cycle, so the system must have detected a buildup of cyclists and optimized it.
Wow.
I also really appreciate that there are no right turns on a red light for cars here, which is good because this is a ridiculously pedestrian unfriendly rule. A US study found that allowing cars to turn right on red resulted in a 69% increase in crashes with pedestrians and
Oh,
cyclists.
damn.
The Netherlands tightly controls when right turns can be made, which not only significantly increases the safety of people outside of cars, but also ensures that the path is clear for right turning cars.
Yep.
It allows more advanced light combinations as well. Watch how this tram turns left, while these cars in the foreground can turn right, while no pedestrians or cyclists are allowed to cross in their way.
Hmm.
With no right turn on red, pedestrians can be given a head start. Notice how these people are halfway through the intersection before the bicycles and cars are allowed to go. These leading pedestrian signals are still quite rare in North
To
America.
be honest, this is actually pretty interesting, you know, because you see these traffic lights being so simple, but it's actually a whole lot of strategies behind the traffic lights, you know. It's weird,
But they
but cool
significantly
at the
increase
same
pedestrian
time.
safety from right turning cars. One Chicago study found a 13% decrease in collisions with people walking when leading pedestrian signals were used.
Hmm.
I find that intersections here are very pedestrian friendly in general. Watch these people cross. They come up to the crossing, press the beg button, and the light changes immediately for them. The way most traffic lights are programmed in North America, that will almost never happen. In car-centric cities, you have a very narrow window of time to push that button, or you'll be waiting a whole light cycle to try again. Watch what
Damn.
happens when this man presses the beg button. The light was red, but the pedestrian signal doesn't come on, because it was pressed too late. The light turns green for cars, of course, but there's no walk signal, so these people are technically crossing illegally.
Oh,
It's completely ridiculous, but North American traffic engineers go out of their way to avoid slowing down
wow.
drivers by having those pesky pedestrians in the way. Pedestrians and cyclists are seen as a nuisance that get in the way of drivers, rather than people who are also trying to get somewhere. What's worse is that buses and streetcars are almost always stuck in traffic because traffic engineers and politicians don't want to take away any space from cars to make a dedicated transit lane, even though it would ultimately speed up car traffic. Thankfully, in the Netherlands, public transportation has the highest
Pretty
priority
interesting,
and
I
almost
must say.
always gets a green light. It doesn't matter what else is happening at this intersection.
Yep.
This tram is going through right now.
So whenever a
Often, the only time a tram
tram
will
goes
get a red
past,
light is when it's ahead of schedule,
it
or
has
when another transit
priority.
vehicle is crossing first. This is the obvious and sane thing to do because a bus or tram will usually have dozens of people on it who should clearly have priority.
Yep.
It's not that cities in the US and Canada don't have sophisticated traffic light control systems, they do. This document describes the system used in Toronto. They even have the capability for transit signal priority. It's just that these systems are almost exclusively used to keep car traffic flowing and are rarely used to prioritize any other modes of travel or to ensure the safety of other road users. For example, even in this fully separated and dedicated streetcar lane in Toronto, the streetcar gets stuck at this red light. But they won't install transit signal priority here because it would, and I quote, fatally disrupt operations on intersecting streets. That's engineer speak for screw the people on that streetcar, there are drivers who have important places to go.
Yeah, that's for
Here's another
sure.
example from Toronto that used to drive me crazy. At this light, some streetcars turn left and have their own signal. Of course, being Canada, it's not a priority signal, but that's not the most infuriating part. When turning left, they don't want pedestrians to cross the street in front of the streetcar, so they block the walk signal here. But because these traffic lights are stupid, it also blocks the walk signal here, where there aren't even any tracks, because the two pedestrian signals are linked.
Oh, I see.
They do, of course, give drivers a green light here, because drivers are super important people who have super important places to go, but pedestrians are left literally standing in the cold, waiting, for no good reason.
Yep. I see.
With
I
the
see.
independent signals in the Netherlands, this should never happen here.
Now it's
There are
green.
so many other interesting traffic light combinations in the Netherlands, such as intersections where cyclists get a green signal in all
Wow,
directions,
just look how many
or even traffic
cyclists.
signals that prioritize bicycles
insane.
when it's raining. But I think I'll save those topics for the next time I visit Groningen. I don't know of any intersections in
Crazy.
the Netherlands that use a pedestrian scramble like you'll see in cities like London, but I have a feeling that when pedestrian volumes become that high in Dutch cities, the whole area will become pedestrianized instead, which is better for people walking anyway. Of course, alternative to traffic lights, such as roundabouts, are sometimes used, but that's a topic for another day. And there are even some intersections in Amsterdam where traffic lights have been removed completely. This is possible if car traffic is reduced enough in speed and frequency, and this will definitely
Okay.
be a
Never
topic
heard
for a future
something
video.
like that. No traffic lights?
So I may hate traffic lights. Oh, no, 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 not you, not you. No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. There you go.
But
Green
the
light.
Netherlands proves that it's possible to design more efficient traffic lights that move as many people as possible, not just as many cars as possible, and they can also significantly reduce points of conflict, making the roads safer for
Interesting.
everyone. The technology is there, but the smartest cities are the ones that actually use it.
Exactly.
I'd like to take this moment to thank my supporters on Patreon who pay me to stand around at traffic lights for an uncomfortably long period of time. If you'd like to support the channel, visit patreon.com/notjustbikes.
Wow. That was an interesting video, guys. Literally. I don't know. I've never actually went in this thinking about how traffic lights actually work, but after seeing this video, it really got my interest. Let me know as well, guys, what you thought about this with the traffic light in the comments below. And yeah, guys, I guess that's it for today's video. If you got any other video recommendations, drop the link in the comments below. If you guys want to support the channel, you can. My PayPal link is in the description below as well. I appreciate any supporters who want to help out the channel grow. And yeah, guys, that's it. And we'll see you on the next video. Peace out.